lasted through January of 2022. 84% of the babies who have been hospitalized due to COVID-19 have come from unvaccinated mothers. With vaccines not available to any babies under 6 months old, a mother becoming vaccinated before birth will help pass immune protection onto their newborns.
A recent government report has described rising sea levels in the United States as a, quote, wake-up call, end quote. Sea levels along the U.S. coast are expected to rise 10 to 12 inches by 2050. Experts such as Nicole Luboff, the National Ocean Service Director of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, said that the rise in the sea level can have drastic effects on our environment. For instance, floods are more likely to happen and will be more severe than in the past. Luboff explained that within the next 30 years, levels are expected to rise the most on the Gulf Coast, where the coastline is already sinking. These numbers may get worse if the emission of fossil fuels is not reduced soon. This could lead to further impacts on the lives of U.S. citizens, such as the loss of homes and food security.
The popular music festival Coachella will be happening this year without any COVID restrictions. However, Coachella has come and said that the restrictions might come back, such as wearing masks and coming with a negative COVID test. A statement on Coachella's website states that, quote, if any ticket holder does not comply with law mandates, health orders, or directives, promoter or event terms, conditions, or rules, then the promoter of the event operator may refuse admission to the event or require a ticket holder to leave the venue without a refund, end quote. Some of the main headliners of Coachella this year are Ye West and Billie Eilish.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk has donated an estimated $5.7 billion to an undisclosed charity. The donations occur between November 19th and November 29th. According to regulatory finding, Musk, the richest man on the planet, tweeted late October that he was willing to sell $6 billion in Tesla stock to the UN World Food Program if it described how the money would solve world hunger. The filing, however, did not disclose which charity the money went to. David Beasley, WFP executive director, said in a statement Tuesday that the organization hasn't received anything from Musk yet. He said, quote, there are millions of people around the world on the brink of starvation. Whether WFP receives any of the money is yet to be seen. But I am excited to hear that Elon is engaged. This is an amazing and great step forward, end quote. As of December 31st, Musk currently owns 231.7 million shares of the electronic vehicle and solar panel maker stock, or 21.2% of the company's total value.
If you watched the Super Bowl last Sunday, you may have seen an ad from the company Avocados from Mexico, which featured the comedian Andy Richter as Julius Caesar in Rome. However, just hours before the game was played and the ad ran, imports of avocados from Mexico were put on hold. The U.S. government put a ban on avocado shipments from Mexico to the United States after a U.S. plant safety inspector received a threatening phone call in Michoacan. An official cell phone, Michoacan is the only state with U.S. market access, but is also a site of drug cartel turf battles when many avocado growers have faced extortion. Despite supply chain issues due to COVID-19, the Office of Agricultural Affairs for Mexico reported that from experts from Michoacan were expected to rise this year. However, the U.S. government's ban is still in effect until further notice, end quote. Now, when we come back, Sarah Gordon gives us one final look into the NFL and the Olympics. Then Michael Voitko joins us to give us a look into the wild weather we have going on here in Western New York. We'll be right back.
We've been down there. You gotta do the same. Post office. All you do is sign. So don't get nervous. Sign your name. For selective service. It takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. For selective service.
Hey guys, if you're about to turn 18, you've got to register with Selective Service. It's simple. Just go down to the post office, fill out a card, and turn it in. That's all there is to it. There's no draft now. You're just adding your name to Selective Service's list in case there's a national emergency.
So if you're 18 now, Selective Service, you gotta get down to the post office.
Register with Selective Service. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the law.
Takes no time. Just sign on the line at the post office. Selective Service. We've been down there.
guys, if you're about to turn 18, you've got to register with Selective Service. It's simple. Just go down to the post office, fill out a card, and turn it in. That's all there is to it. There's no draft now. You're just adding your name to Selective Service's list in case there's a national emergency.
So if you're 18 now, Selective Service, you gotta get down to the post office.
Register with Selective Service. It's quick, it's easy, and it's the law.
Takes no time, just sign on the line at the post office. Selective Service.
Welcome back. We're now joined by Sarah Gorton, who has a lot of sports to get into. So I'll let her take it away.
Thank you, Chris. So, in local sports this week, the Fredonia Blue Devils swim teams had their first of 4 days in the SUNYAC Championships yesterday, competing in the 800-meter freestyle relay. The women's team, composed of Michaela Palawi, Rachel Mayu, Mindy Doctor, and Kayla Hagan, placed fourth in the event, while the men's team, including Riker Smith, Noah Wisniewski, Tyler Conti, and Ian Hildale, placed sixth. Preliminary programs continued today, and best of luck to both teams in the following days of championships. This past Tuesday, Fredonia men's hockey had a successful win against the number 3 ranked team in the nation, the Geneseo Knights. Ryan Bailey, who scored 2 goals, and Matt Lemaski, who stats the third, led the Devils to a 3-2 victory, along with help from SUNYAC Goalie of the Week, Logan Dick. The team heads into their Friday night home match against Geneseo at 7 p.m. with high hopes and the chance to win their last few games of the regular season. The NFL 2021-22 season has officially been wrapped up tight with a bow after the Los Angeles Rams defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20 this past Sunday in the Super Bowl. Staying fairly even throughout, the Cincinnati Bengals took the lead in the third quarter, but a final touchdown connection between Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp in the fourth quarter brought the Rams to a victory on their own home field. With the Super Bowl now complete, every team looks towards the NFL draft and free agency and will start preparing for the much-awaited start of next football season. And last in sports today, since last week's Olympic update, the United States Olympic team has continually been adding to the medal count. Lindsey Jacobellis and Nick Baumgardner, the oldest team to compete in the first ever mixed team snowboard cross, brought a gold back home and a nail-biter to the finish. Erin Jackson made history on Sunday, becoming the first black woman to win a speed skating Olympic medal, and a gold medal no less, in the 500-meter event. The medal count for the U.S. is now 8 gold, 8 silver, and 5 bronze, bringing the U.S. to third place in the total medal count with 21, following Germany and Norway. With only a few days left in the Olympics, Team USA will see if they can add to this and end on a high note. So, Chris, question for you.
Sure.
What is your favorite Olympic event?
Do snowball fights count?
Only in Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Winter Games.
Ah, dang. What about recreational sledding? Come on. We gotta add
Recreational
that to the
sledding.
list.
We'll add it to the list. I already added some new ones, so we'll
And
get
now
you
we're
on
going to
there.
toss it over to our weather reporter, Michael Voiko, who hasn't been in front of a camera in a long time. Michael, what can you tell us about this crazy weather recently?
Well, folks, I'm sorry to say that the weather has not been very kind on us this week. Tonight, the rain showers will continue all the way until 11, and after that, the snow showers will start and continue until early morning. However, Friday will finally bring some decent weather with cloudy and partly skies for the remainder of the day. The temperature will only get as high as 22 degrees with a low of 18. I'll have an update on the weekend weather forecast soon. Back to you.
Well, Mike, that's obviously not ideal news, but I don't expect anything else from Fredonia. When we come back, a look at your international headlines, and we have another round of odd news. We'll be right back.
We're ready for you.
Pneumococcal. If you're 65 or older, like me, you're at greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia, even if you're healthy.
People 65 plus are over 10 times more likely to land in the hospital for pneumococcal pneumonia than those 18 to 49. And it's important we all do what we can to stay healthy. So, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination.
Hope. Where are you hiding? I search for you in the seconds. the minutes of each and every day. Hear me as I call out to you. Take my hand. Lift me up as I lift up others. Welcome me home, father, mother, sister, brother, son, daughter. Hear us now. Alone we stood, divided we fell. No longer. Now we choose to make the connection. Our new mission lies within. Visit maketheconnection.net to learn more.
16 is such a significant age. I promise to help protect my eldest daughter during this exciting time in her life. Teens are at an increased risk for meningococcal disease, a rare, potentially deadly bacterial infection. But half haven't received the CDC-recommended second dose of the MenACWY vaccine at 16. I want to help change that. Take your shot against meningitis. Talk to your teen's doctor about the MenACWY vaccine and ask about MenB. Visit the16vaccine.org.
Moving right into our international headlines, on Tuesday, authorities said that a series of cyber attacks knocked the websites of the Ukrainian army, the defense ministry, and two of the largest state banks in Ukraine offline as tensions persisted over the threat of a possible Russian invasion. Director of Internet Analysis at the network management firm Kentic Inc., Doug Midori, said it was too early to say who was behind the attack. However, the Ukrainian ministry suggested in a statement that it may have involved Russian interference. The statement read, quote, "It is possible that the aggressor resorted to tactics of petty mischief because his aggressive plans aren't working overall," end quote. Escalating fears about Russian invasion of Ukraine may have eased as Russia sent signals on Tuesday that it might be pulling back from the brink. However, Western powers demanded proof since President Joe Biden said, quote, "An invasion remains distinctly possible," end quote. President Biden also said when addressing the crisis Tuesday afternoon at the White House, "You are not our enemy and I do not believe you want a bloody, destructive war. There will be no doubt if Russia commits this breach by invading Ukraine. Responsible nations around the world will not hesitate to respond," end quote. The U.S. administration looks forward to receiving Russia's written response to the U.S. and NATO's formal proposal outlining concrete areas of discussion on European security, which Moscow is expected to transmit in the coming days.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has declared a national emergency, which was the first for the Canadian government. Trudeau says he respects citizens' right to protest, but not when it's threatening people's safety. He says right now the goal is to keep anyone from the United States side of the bridge from joining in, making things worse. Trudeau said, quote, "After speaking with the opposition leaders, the federal government has invoked the Emergencies Act to supplement provisional territorial capacity to address the blockades and occupations," end quote. He says special attention will be paid to U.S. travelers crossing the border with the intention of joining the protesters. The border closure caused nearly a $1 billion hit to automotive bottom line, like the suppliers and car companies like General Motors and Stellantis. Officials in Ontario say they plan on dropping the vaccine mandate in a couple of weeks. You know, I had some of the best French fries I ever had in my life in Canada, actually.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it the poutine?
Yes. Glorious. Divine.
On the topic of French fries, we're jumping into our odd news. So, are you already looking for next year's Valentine's Day gift? Well, we might have just found the perfect gift for you, for the French fry lover in your life. A new perfume from the Idaho Potato Commission has a new French fry scent in their works. According to their CEO, James Hyman, quote, "Whether you are at a drive-through restaurant or dining in, it's nearly impossible to not grab a fry and take a bite before you dive into your meal. The smell is so good to resist," end quote. The limited edition fragrance was going for $1.89 per 1.7 ounce bottle on the Commission's website before selling out. A giveaway promising more bottles of the tater spray ends Sunday. The fragrance, which the Commission says captures one of the world's most irresistible scents, is made from distilled Idaho potatoes and essential oils. The Commission cited a recent national survey by the firm Polefish that found nearly 90% of Americans to find the smell of French fries irresistible.
This next odd news story is kind of a big deal. The Portland Pickles basketball team says their beloved mascot, Dylan T. Pickle, has been stolen, and they are seeking the public's help in bringing him home safe. It all started in the Dominican Republic, where Dylan was making an appearance at a Caribbean baseball series. He was due to return to Oregon via New York City on January 31st. A week later, the team tweeted out some jarring news, an alert message from Delta showing that the bag he was traveling in had been lost somewhere at John F. Kennedy International Airport. The team tweeted out, "You win one championship this century and think you're too good for storage on an airplane," end quote. As the days passed, the team put out multiple tweets sharing missing posters and calls for help across social media. The team has stressed multiple times that the whole thing wasn't just a prank gone sour, because Dylan the Pickle has made a reputation for hijinks. Still, the team officials are assuring the public that they are not upset with anyone. Assistant General Manager Parker Huffman says, quote, "We're definitely known for being funny and joking around a lot on social media, so we understand the kind of boy who cried wolf scenario, but this is definitely not a joke," end quote. Dylan's story took a turn on Thursday when the team shared that Delta had found the mascot and delivered him to their office. But after hours and without any notification, instead of being welcomed back with open arms, Dylan was snatched from the front porch around 5 a.m. local time and carried into the unknown. They are calling on the people of Portland to aid in Dylan's safe return, offering reward for information and no questions asked return. Huffman also filed a police report and told the police that Dylan is priceless, but would cost an estimated $1,000 to replace the costume.
Well, Mike, it comes to the weekend. Do you have a better forecast for us, or does it seem to be more of the same?
Well, it's going to start off with, unfortunately, more of the same. The weekend will get off to a very snowy start. Saturday will bring snow showers for most of the day, with highs at 29 and lows at 14. However, the weather will fortunately be warming up on Sunday with partly cloudy skies and temperatures reaching highs of 45 and lows of 38. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mike. That little warm-up will be something to look forward to. Well, that does it for News 11 this week.
As always, thank you so much to our crew and everyone watching at home. We'll be back next week. Have a great night.